Hey, how's it going, guys? Welcome to the 24th episode, the Kobe episode, RIP of the Highly Taken podcast. I'm David Seeker out here again from Tallahassee, Florida.
Christian Smith back at you at Delaware.
Hey, Nick Smith back here from Jacksonville. Hey, let's get it, guys. I don't have a can to do that. So.
You're welcome.
Appreciate it.
All right, so I guess we can start off with what we usually do, beginning of the week, which means we had baseball games last weekend. There's winners, there's losers, there's Christian, and we're going to see who is the loser.
Yeah, shout out to Christian for picking the A's. They ended up winning on Friday. So that was a good one. He started off hot, too. He had the first three right. Unfortunately, that didn't bode well for him later on. So, in first place with a total of 5 was Christian.
No!
No!
So,
Let's go!
So, coming in
Put the jacket on with 5. I did it, boys.
Coming in second place with 4 was David and I.
Dude, okay, both of y'all. Okay.
So I will say, I think David's curse is over. The Braves ended up winning, and it backfired on me.
They swept.
So, yeah. And so it went down to a tiebreaker game. Tiebreaker game was the Yankees versus the Orioles.
Damn, they said Canna? Oh, my fault. Sorry.
So David picked the Orioles to win against the Yankees 8-4. I picked the Yanks to win 7-5. Final score, Orioles 9, Yankees 3. David, you were hella close.
I would have hit that.
Well, I mean,
you would have hit a dude too.
Yeah, you.
I said Yankees 3, and
you had 8-3.
Yeah, so
you were close.
So I was the closest.
You were the closest, but again, David was the closest. That matters on it. So I guess I'll drink this nasty seltzer sparkling thing, but I feel like that's too easy. So maybe I'll drink this instead. A little harder, but I'll accept my defeat here.
Yeah, I mean, David, anything you want to touch on? Second place there, buddy. Just narrow win. You know what I mean? Anything you want to say?
I will say that Brooklyn, I forgot to sign on my Hulu at the Airbnb, and now somebody's using my Hulu. There's people watching Doc McStuffins and Grey Anatomy on my. I'll have to press like the sign out of all.
Yeah, you're gonna have to reset.
Chug.
What I'll say is that 4 out of 5 is pretty bad. I need to get better. I think I'm gonna have to start looking at the games again. I'm very disappointed. I hadn't lost, so I'm gonna have to drink a pity beer. I can't go 4 to 5, win a tiebreaker. I'm gonna drink a beer too, because I just can't let Nick hanging off of a terrible outing like that. Second, sure, that's the best one. You have the hairy chest, but I've been underperforming, and I want to change that. Slump busters bust slumps.
Yeah.
Wow. And they also say if you ain't first, you're last. So.
This just in, guys. It looks like Brewers have reached a deal with the Mets to acquire outfielder Mark Canha in exchange for a right-hander. Mark Canha in exchange for a right-hander Justin Jarvis, which is a Milwaukee's prospect.
Well,
I'm getting a notification from Bleacher Report right now. The Phillies just made a trade.
Don't mess with me like that, dude.
Wouldn't that be something?
I'm waiting as long as I possibly can. I still have a little bit of time before I have to do anything here. So Phillies, please help me out and get this trade done before this episode.
Here's what I'll say is, if anybody here has, the Mets as their deflated baller, I would completely understand it.
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't.
All right. So we are doing our top 10s. We're almost done with it. We may do top 10 coaches, but we're going to round out the position players.
Ow.
So first of all, let's say sorry to all your punters, your kickers, and your long snappers out there. Not that we don't think that you're important, is that we just don't think you're important. So we're going to put the quarterbacks at the top 10. And like always, got to start with the females here. Christian, you go first.
Yeah, give me 1 second. Dial these
One.
notes up real quick. Already make it 6.
Yeah, you guys did that to me like 3 times last week.
Yeah, well, I mean,
Because you said it
Oh,
back to back at one point too.
yeah. All right, guys. Starting off my list here at the number 10 spot, we're gonna go with Tua Tagovailoa. Now, for me, this is probably the biggest question mark on the entire list. If he can stay healthy and keep his brain intact. But if he can, he showed us what he can do last year. I mean, especially with two of the fastest wide receivers in football. Tua has a high ceiling that I believe is even higher due to the team around him and the coaching. Because as I stated in our group chat, I'm a fan of McDaniel. But if he can stay healthy, I think for sure he's going to earn this spot at least in the top 10.
Okay. I don't
Number
disagree.
nine. Number 9. I'm going to go Kirk Cousins here. I'll give the credit where the credit is due.
Kurt Chains. Okay.
No, he can't play in a primetime game or any of the biggest stages in football for that matter. But the good news is there's more regular 1 p.m. games than there are primetime games usually in a season. So that plays out well for him. Cousins led the Vikings to 12 wins last year and had a good passer rating with completion percentage as well. He was one of the better quarterbacks in the league, but he's just, I mean, look, he's number 9 on the ratings, but in my honest opinion, without a stellar defense, there's no way him and that offense can take a Super Bowl.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree.
Number 8, I'm going to go with Lamar Jackson. I think a lot of casuals will crumble at this rank right here, in all honesty. But people who know the game and understand the game can understand why he's here. Jackson is by far the best athlete at the quarterback position, and that plays out very well for him in the Ravens' run-heavy scheme. The only problem is, though,
he can't throw.
We happen to be in a passing league now. Yeah.
Yep.
And everybody knows to be an elite quarterback, you really need high-quality arm talent. He has 1 playoff win under his belt since being drafted. And when you go and look at his resume outside of the MVP and his rushing stats, he's not that great.
Listen, man, what's bothering me on this whole situation is a lot of people are saying Lamar Jackson is better than Jalen Hurts, and I disagree very much.
Well,
I mean,
according to the Madden rankings, he is.
I mean, the way I look at it is, Lamar Jackson, he's good at what he does, but he's not a quarterback, in my opinion. He still hasn't proven that he can throw the ball above 20 yards, man. I don't like it. And what irritates me is Jalen Hurts looks like Lamar Jackson, not Lamar Jackson looks like Jalen Hurts, because in my opinion, it should be the other way around. But go ahead.
Coming in here now at the number 7 spot, this is going to be my guy that I'm going to keep an eye on all season here, and it's going to be Trevor Lawrence. I've been huge on him since day 1 at Clemson, and Lawrence had I do have him at 7. Woo! Lawrence had a pretty bad first showing in his first year, but let's just speculate and say that was all because of Urban Meyer. Coming to year 2,
baller.
It almost looked like it was going to repeat until it didn't. Halfway through the season, we got to see how great Lawrence can actually look with the full knowledge of the playbook under his belt, with the trust of his teammates and the trust of his coaches. He finished the second half of the season and ranked top 5 in every major quarterback category. He also went on and won a playoff game at home to create a 27-point comeback to win it. Add that now into the fact that he's getting Calvin Ridley fresh off of a year of no football. Those legs are ready to run. I'm telling you. This offense is going to be lethal, and Trevor Lawrence is going to run it at the helms. I expect a big season out of him. 7th spot, I think, feels comfortable for now. Number 6, I'm going to go with Aaron Rodgers here. Yeah, I think, you know what? I get it. Buddy is old. Buddy is old, but this guy can still freaking sling it, man. Rodgers has won 2 MVPs in the past 3 years, and now he's on the Jets, and he's with a very young, good, lethal offense. If that line can hold up their end of the bargain and Rodgers isn't going to have to run for his life back there, he's going to be able to make all the MVP caliber plays that he needs to.
Yeah, and I think that's what's keeping him probably outside the top 5, in my opinion, is that line I think was rated right now at number 28. And that is that's not
going to play well.
Use your legs, boys. Use your legs.
Watch him pull a hammy.
Ooh.
Number 5 is going to be Jalen Hurts.
Squirrel off of open season.
If you go and look around the internet at quarterback rankings, you'll probably find Hurts ranked anywhere from 9 to 6. And while my biggest argument is he has to do it again, I also don't think that's a good enough reason to leave the runner-up MVP out of the top 5. Hurts is returning with everybody else as well from last year, except for Miles Sanders. which they upgraded to DeAndre Swift. There's absolutely no reason, in my opinion, to believe play will drop. And instead, with the same supporting cast, I believe there's only room to produce more. We will see, however, but one way or another, I won't leave a reigning second place MVP outside of the top 5 to start. Number 4 is going to be Justin Herbert. You can say what you want and call him a choke artist after that playoff game, but Herbert has been an absolutely amazing quarterback since coming into the league. Nobody has thrown more yards amongst QBs over their first 3 seasons in the NFL, and he's also second in touchdowns tossed by any quarterback over their first 3 seasons in the NFL, taking Dan Marino's place in the history book on both of those records. Herbert is on pace to continue to write history, and you can't do that unless you're good at your job or super shitty, but he's not super shitty. He's ranked 4th, so he's pretty good. Number 3, I'm going to go with Josh Allen. I think Josh Allen has a chance to be better than he is, but the biggest thing holding him back here is turnovers. And what makes those turnovers even worse is when they happen. I mean, Allen possesses all the great traits of a quarterback with the size, the speed, the incredible arm talent, and a high IQ. But you have to also be able to get it done in crunch time, man. I mean, that's the biggest thing in the world. And if you can't get it done like these 2 guys I have ahead of you, I don't know what to tell you. Coming in at number 2 is going to be Joe Burrow. You take a deep look inside the tiers of quarterbacks in the NFL. To me, Burrow is the guy that stands out as the clear number 2 when you're talking about elite quarterback rankings. The accuracy, the ability to move in the pocket, the arm power, the football IQ, the swagger that he possesses as well. And unlike the guy I just mentioned below him in Josh Allen, he minimizes his turnovers. I mean, I think he's going to be a great quarterback for years to come and a long career in Cincinnati. I mean, he was number 1 overall pick for a reason, and we're clearly seeing that. And coming in at the number 1 spot, I feel as though it should be I mean, you can't debate it. It's unarguable, right? For me, it's going to be Patrick Mahomes.
I think it can be argued.
Well, I don't think it
Patrick
can be argued.
Mahomes
If you want to argue
plus
it,
enhancement drugs, lethal.
Yes, 100%.
Look, Mahomes is now the new face of football with the likes of people like Brady and Manning gone for good. In his so far short career, he now has multiple MVPs, multiple Super Bowl titles, and multiple Super Bowl MVPs. And this guy's a walking legend, whether we want to admit it or not, as Eagles fans. Whether he did get shot up with PEDs at halftime of the game, maybe he did do a line or 2 in the back. I don't know, but one way or another, he's got the accolades, and
here's my
he's
question,
number 1.
man. Here's my question. Would Patty Mahomes be where he's at today without Andy Reid? Because if you're asking me, in my opinion, Andy Reid is what made Patty Mahomes. I don't think Patrick Mahomes would be the person he is and the caliber.
So this whole argument happened with Brady and Belichick when Brady left to go to the Bucks. Was Belichick who made Brady, or was Brady who made Brady? And bro, we went out and seen Brady went ahead and won a Super Bowl with the Bucks. And now, okay, look, yeah, I understand. Patrick Mahomes is Patrick Mahomes. He's not Brady. But you go ahead and you put Patrick Mahomes on any, and bro, keep in mind too, outside of Travis Kelce, the Chiefs do not have that great of an offense. The line's good, but he has no other weapons really outside of Travis Kelce. So if you take Patrick Mahomes and you put him on another team, like let's say the Dolphins, let's say the Eagles, let's say the Niners,
he would thrive with the Dolphins. Easy.
He would thrive.
Here's what I would say. He had the exact same team around him as Alex Smith did, and he could never get over the hump. They put in Patrick Mahomes, and they won a Super Bowl within 2 to 3 years of Patrick Mahomes. So I say he benefits highly because he is a gunslinger quarterback. He is a gunslinger that has a talent. Andy Reid knows how to use that. Look, if you want to look at Andy Reid in the past, he's been a great offensive mind who has held to strengths of his quarterback as the time goes on. However, in Philadelphia, we never got to see that much because he never got any good wide receivers. So you got some quality wide receivers and tight ends. We chose LJ Smith over Jason Witten in the draft. So, I mean, it's just come down. So, yes, he got the talent. Andy Reid's a great offensive minded head coach. That's good for him. But Alex Smith had that same team and could never get over the hump there. They got Patrick Mahomes. They were able to go over the hump.
In my opinion, Alex Smith, I really don't think coach is going to let Patrick Mahomes do what he does like Andy Reid does. I mean, if you guys haven't seen Quarterback on Netflix, I highly recommend watching it. It's great. It breaks down what Andy Reid does and what he lets them do. I mean, and I think a lot of coaches need to be like that. Nick Sirianni is one of the guys that are like that too. You know, he likes hearing feedback from his players, and I don't think a lot of coaches are like that. But I don't disagree with your picks, Christian, but I'm interested to see what David has to say.
Yeah, so we're gonna start off my top two here, not top two, but my 10 and 9 are very hot takes. But we're gonna start off at number 10. I have Jared Goff. Goff had a career that's all, folks. Career reawakening last year with the Lions. He threw 4,438 passing yards with 29 touchdowns and only 7 picks last year. The Lions finished third in total yards and fifth in points. And, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Jameson Williamson, and adding may I add you, I made this list before Jameson Williamson got, Jameson Williams is the receiver, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And adding Marvin Jones back this season is good for Goff to put up good numbers. He's going to his 8th year, and he could be a surprise Super Bowl run with this well-balanced offense. I think Dan Campbell uses him well, and this division is wide open for him this year.
Listen, man, I don't argue that. I mean, you got to think.
Nah, I was in our debate about
last 7 weeks. He put up some insane numbers, man. And you're right. Dan Campbell, I think, is helping him. 100%.
He's a hell of a coach.
I really love Dan Campbell.
Sorry if I cut you off in the middle of your notes.
No, you're good. Yeah, at number 9, I have the hottest take on this list. At number 9, I have Justin Fields. Lamar Jackson Jr.
I wanted to put him on this list, man. I debated it, but there's too many good ones here.
Lamar Jackson Jr. He played 15 games this year and only threw for 2,424 yards. He had 17 touchdowns, 11 picks, but he rushed for 1,143 yards and 8 touchdowns on the ground. However, he did fumble 16 times last year, which is an insane number. He did look better through the air last season than the year prior. He has a lot to improve. However, he can make a Hurts-style jump this year in his passing game. The young Chicago Bears offense will be one of the most dangerous in the league. I mean, they added on great talent there too. They have a good running back game, good wide receiver. I love their tight end. But it's a big if, a really big if, and whether or not he can make that Hurts-type jump in his passing. I think that ground attack is going to be dangerous, though.
Yeah,
Can you just admit that you put him here because he's an Ohio State alum?
No,
I think here's the thing, man. He's dangerous on the ground.
You got to think. I'm a Maryland fan, and I agree. I think with the talent that they've added to this offense, I think you see a big jump from Justin Fields. Not like a Jalen Hurts jump, but I think you see enough of a jump that he could arguably end up being better than Lamar Jackson.
And here's who is that lineman I told you about in the chat yesterday or 2 days ago that I said it's going to be a problem? When the Chicago Bears lineman had to do training, the physical training.
He did the wideouts. Yeah, he did the wideouts. And he
actually did the wideouts training. So he blew the lineman training out of the water and kept up with the wide receivers.
That's nasty, dude.
Like that's crazy. That's low key. Like that's like a failed success right there. So at number 8, former MVP Lamar Jackson. Lamar only played in 12 games last year, and he just can't stay healthy. You talked about it. His game is running the ball, but when you run the ball so much, you get injured. Like I said, Justin Fields only played 15 games last year, and he is a running quarterback. This one is a huge thing because it makes me not put him higher on the list. It's the reason why, that made no sense, but it did. Despite him having trouble staying on the field, he inked a ginormous deal. He passed for 2,242 yards with 17 touchdowns and 7 picks. He added 764 on the ground in those 12 games, which is pretty good. He adds OBJ this year with an already already good offense, having Andrews that's making the help. He has J.K. Dobbins back there with him. Hopefully he stays healthy.
Flowers.
However, his arm talent has always been the one thing holding him back. It has made the offense one-dimensional, which is why it's hard to put him higher on my list. They stack the box, they make him throw the ball, they make him run, they get him hurt. No, this has made them weak in the postseason runs because they just make Lamar throw the ball, and that's been their downfall. Yep. They had one win that was to the Titans, and even in that game, you would argue that Lamar wasn't even the best player in that game.
No, he wasn't.
Yeah,
absolutely not. That defense held up.
Yeah. At number 7, I have Aaron Rodgers. And what was arguably his worst season in his career, Rodgers moves to the Jets, who boast a pretty solid offense, like we've talked about. He threw for 3,659 yards, 26 touchdowns, and 12 picks, which is arguably still a pretty good year for a down year. However, I've said this before the season, online on Twitter, they asked how many picks A-Rod would throw this year. I said 11 and got flamed. He threw 12. I just want to say that out there. So he is on the decline, but he still has an amazing arm for a young offense in New York. They have McCole Hardman, Wilson, Lazard, Corey. I think they got rid of Corey Davis. May I remind you that I made this list like 2 months ago when we first started the top 10s, because I thought we were doing quarterbacks first. They have a good vet in Randall Cobb, who's going to be able to help Rodgers. He'll also get more balanced attack with Breece Hall, who I think will also play really well. He is still an arm to be reckoned with, even if he isn't who he used to be. And wow, look at that. Brightness right on me. Shine on me. At number 6,
shine on me,
Trevor Lawrence. Though I don't have a bromance on him like Christian does, I do think he is one of the top QBs in the league. This may be surprising and premature to put him over Aaron Rodgers, but he made a leap with Coach Doug Peterson last year and has a plethora of offensive talent. They have a playoff win under their belt and a close game to Kansas City, who was the Super Bowl champs. Lawrence threw for 4,113 yards, 27 touchdowns, 8 picks, and a lot of those coming to Philly up in like week 4. He did have 12 fumbles, however, but a lot of his turnovers again came in a wet, sloppy game against Philadelphia. He is the second quarterback since 1950 to double his passing touchdowns and having his picks from the previous season be lowered. He first was Drew Brees in 2004. Now they add Calvin Ridley to this offense that's already stacked. And again, I can't stress how much I think Jacksonville is going to take a giant leap adding Calvin Ridley on that offense.
Yeah, that's going to be crazy, dude. He's going to get a true number 1.
All it's going to take is for that defense to just be a little bit more solid. At number 5, I have the hottest take here, Josh Allen at number 5. Again, probably one of my more hot takes. Josh Allen isn't in my top 3 and barely made it in my top 5. In 16 games played, he did throw for 4,283 yards for 35 touchdowns and 14 picks, but he also fumbled the ball 13 times this past season. He also had a 63.3% completion percentage. And, just his ball security issues is the reason why I don't have him in my top 5. He needs to lay off the turnovers. And, this could be contributed to his high usage rate. He runs the ball a lot. He throws the ball a lot. But he seems to always make these terrible decisions in crunch time when it matters most. Late games, in the playoffs, it's his Achilles heel. He did, however, add 762 rushing yards and 7 rushing touchdowns. So he is definitely a dual threat QB. If he can keep those turnovers down, then I think he is the top 2 quarterback that people argue he is year in and year out.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Again, a big if. At number 4, Justin Herbert. I don't think this is a hot take. I have him over Allen just because of how well he does not turn the ball over. He passed for 4,739 yards last year, 25 touchdowns and 10 picks. He throws an effortless ball, and he has an amazing arm. Mike Williams, Keenan Allen missed long periods of time with injuries this past season as well, and he still balled out with the 3rd and 4th string guys. He at one point was playing with a rib cartilage fracture and still came in and played amazing. I think he's easily a top 5 QB, and he was a defensive collapse away from winning a playoff game last year.
Yeah.
At number 3, we have our boy Jalen Hurts. Hurts balled out and made a huge step this year. He tossed 22 touchdowns to only 6 picks, but added 13 touchdowns on the ground for 760 rushing yards. We were looking for our future QB in the draft this year, but new talent added to that roster and hard offseason training made Jalen Hurts an elite quarterback and highly paid one at that. He balled out in the Super Bowl. It was a bad call and defensive implosion away from being Super Bowl champ and Super Bowl MVP.
Again, man.
Yeah, why are we talking about it?
This is like 4 episodes in a row that you're reminding me.
This offense is still stacked. And I've heard he's made even bigger leaps this year as well.
Yep.
He doesn't have the arm talent as the top 2 on this list, but he has the elite dual threat quarterback in the offense. He is the first QB to have 10+ rushing touchdowns and over 100 passer rating in a season. You guys want to say he's a running back? 100 passing rater says different. At number 2, I have Joe Shiesty. back-to-back trips to the AFC Championship game with a bad call away and a good O-line away from being a Super Bowl champ. He had 4,475 yards, 35 touchdowns with 12 picks in only 16 games. Keep in mind that Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, and Joe Mixon were all injured at different parts in the season. He is still, and he still lit it up with people like Trenton Irwin and P. Ryan. He got P. Ryan paid. He had the PFF's highest passing rater this last season, if you guys want to add that in there. He is also an energy spark plug and great leader for his team. It's only a matter of time until he gets paid the big bucks. I think he's nipping right on the heels of Mahomes, and this matchup will be fun. Looking forward to every year. It's going to be the new Manning versus Brady, honestly. They're going to go back and forth, and I think that Josh Allen's going to end up having to be the Ben Roethlisberger in all this.
Oof.
Yeah, Roethlisberger had 2 Super Bowls too. And at number 1, again, like Christian, it's kind of obvious. Patrick Mahomes, 2-time Super Bowl MVP, 2 times MVP, 2-time Super Bowl champ. This team has been to the AFC Championship game in each of the last 5 seasons. It's hard to say anyone is better than him. I was really wanting to put Joe Burrow out first, but that's a little biased. This is solely because Mahomes also has a stacked offense with the best offensive-minded coach in NFL history in Andy Reid. But 41 touchdowns and 12 picks last year and 5,250 yards passing in 17 games. He has a security blanket in Kelsey, but he proved last year he can make any receiver look amazing after Tyreek Hill left. He's the head honcho in the league, and it'll take a lot to overtake that. And of course, I have my honorable mentions.
Of course.
I have Derek Carr, Kirk Cousins, and Dak Prescott. Even though Dak Prescott sucks, I feel like he deserves to be an honorable mention in there.
Nah, I don't think he does.
I think the QBs to look for this year are going to be the rookie QBs and CJ Stroud and Bryce Young, not Anthony Richardson. I'm not going to look for him because he may not even start the season. I like the teams that they already have around Stroud and Young. Both have solid running backs. The Texans have a great O-line. The Panthers have decent receivers, and the Texans have a good tight end. I already think the Panthers will win the division, but maybe the Texans will shock some people this year. I'm not going to say they're going to win division. They're not taking it over Jacksonville, but I could see them somehow sneaking up the second with that roster.
With Bryce Young?
Yeah, I mean, it's possible. No, he's talking about the Texans and CJ Stroud.
Because I have the Panthers winning.
No, CJ Stroud, that's what I meant. I'm sorry. That's what I meant. CJ Stroud, not Young.
Hey, man, I don't see that. I don't think you're far off with that. I'm going to stop it, though.
I also like D'Amico Ryans. I hope he gets a fucking huge dildo in his freaking butt.
Well, we just used our F word, guys. Thank you.
That was not fair. I was in mid sentence.
But it's all
No,
right.
you weren't.
You definitely weren't. But that's
You
okay.
definitely wait till the record happens.
I think we all have some pretty good lists. Some a little different than others. Mine's closer to Christian's list, so I'll start it off. At number 10, I got Tua. Coming back from having his brain hit around, he has 2 of the best wide receivers in the league, and that's going to patent his stats. I think he's going to do good there. And you keep in mind, this is my predictions for who's going to be the top 10 quarterbacks this year.
It is just like Devontae Adams isn't a top 10.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So anyway, I think Tua, he's good. He's got the talent there, man. I mean, he's got the arm strength. He's good. And again, having
brain smoothie.
Yeah, right. Having Waddle and Hill there really gonna help him. Number 9, I got Kirk O'Chains. He proved last year that he can be that guy. And he proved that, everybody liked that. He liked what they did. The only thing that's holding him back, and I would like to put him higher on this list, but he can't get it done in primetime games. And the thing is, I think he has 5 or 6 primetime games this year, and I think that's going to be an issue for him. But nonetheless, deserves to be in that 9 spot. Also, I think Justin Jefferson kind of boosts his stats there too. Let's be honest. Number 8, I got Lamar Jackson. Again, I hate how everyone thinks that he's better than Hurts. Yes, he has an MVP, but come on now. He can't throw the ball to save his life. He's probably the best elite running back of the quarterbacks, and that's it. I mean, he can throw in between 20 yards, but outside 20 yards, he's not proven. And I'm sorry, OBJ, you picked the wrong team to go to, bud. But again, he could make that leap. I just don't see it happening. At number 7, I got Aaron Rodgers. I would like to put him higher on this list, and he could possibly go higher on this list, but he doesn't have a line over there unless they do something to change that. It's not changing my mind. Don't get me wrong. He's got some crazy good wide receivers his way, and I think that's going to help him, but he's older. And I don't think he's a top 5. There's too many good quarterbacks out there for him to be a top 5 quarterback anymore.
Mhm.
At number 6, I got Justin Herbert. This guy,
What?
he's the second best quarterback in the league with long hair. He has great talent. Nothing against him. I love he's a gamer. He gets hurt and he still stays out there and plays. He's a gamer. I like what he does there. He's great at throwing the ball. Unfortunately for him, he hasn't really got it done in the stretch being behind. I just don't. He hasn't proven to me that he can be out there and be an elite quarterback and get the game, finish the game for someone just yet. Now, does he keep you in games? Yeah, absolutely. But he hasn't closed out any games that, for me, to put him in the top 5. Getting into the best quarterback with long hair, I got Trevor Lawrence at number 5.
Okay.
And again, they added Ridley there to an already good receiving core. I think he's going to be a top 5 quarterback this year. I think he's going to make the necessary steps to get him there. And again, hey, shout out Ridley, local Publix, man. Good for you. I won't say where it was.
Dox him.
I don't want anyone to figure out, but hey, shout out, man.
Yeah, he was for some reason getting herpes cream. It was really weird.
Easy now. No. But yeah, Trevor Lawrence deserves to be in this top 5. I think he's gonna get it done. At number 4, I got Jalen Hurts. I mean, it's really hard for me with the top 4. I really could throw everyone in the mix and just switch them around.
Yeah, except for Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah,
And I don't agree with you on that. But getting into it, he has Devontae Smith, he has AJ Brown, and Dallas Goedert. Those 3 right there really help him to be what he is. And not to mention, he can run the ball, and not just run the ball, run it down your freaking throat. He's a beast. He can squat over 600 pounds. I don't know. I mean, he's the most dynamic beast quarterback in the league right now, and he proved it this year. And what's crazy to me is his lock screen is him walking off the field with the Chiefs confetti behind him. The dude wants to go out there. He has a chip on his shoulder, and I think he's gonna be 4. He could be even higher on the list. Number 3, I got Josh Allen. I would like to put him higher on this list, but the turnovers are the reason why he's not higher. I mean, he's another one, dual threat quarterback, probably the best dual threat quarterback in the league. Jalen Hurts is just behind him on that. But he makes some crazy plays. Unfortunately, we don't remember the crazy plays because he makes some dumb plays, and that's what sticks in everyone's head. And he could be high on this list, but he hasn't really proven it in the playoffs either. And that's a key factor in this. At number 2, I got Patty Mahomes at number 2.
Oh, what a loser! What a freaking loser! Leaves Devontae Adams out of the top 10, and then does this crap.
And again, this is the reason why. This is solely what I'm thinking off of 2023-2024 season. He won the Super Bowl. I don't know if they're going to do it again. I think, he was proven. He got 2. I think he thinks going to get another one. But the thing is he doesn't have as much talent. He's proven he doesn't need the talent, but he doesn't have as much talent around him. And, he's still great. I'm not taking anything from him. He's still great, but I think this is going to be a down year for him. Getting into my number 1, I got Nathan Peterman. The dude's an absolute baller. He might be the best third string quarterback in the league.
Right.
But no, in all seriousness, guys, I got Joe Burrow. And this is, I mean, he's going to be out for a few weeks. We all know that, but he's got the best receiving core in football. I mean, not to mention, he's a freaking gamer, dude. No defense can stop him, in my opinion. The dude goes out there and balls out.
So
Don't get me wrong, the
defense.
first couple of games they didn't look great, but that was not his fault. That was the line. I think he had like
same thing with
0.2
that
seconds.
Chiefs AFC Championship game last
I mean,
year.
the good news is we
that
don't have to worry about
was-
the first couple games this year with him.
That was also the refs. But again, dude, Joe Burrow is an absolute beast. I think he is the best natural quarterback in the league. And I don't think you can argue that at any point. In my opinion, he's the best pocket passer. I don't know. I just think Joe Burrow, and it's gonna suck because he's gonna be out for a few weeks, so we're not gonna be able to see that for a few years. But based, not going off stats, I'm just going off the games he's gonna play. I think he's gonna put up more numbers than any of these guys and average more numbers based off of the games he played. But I mean, I will say, David, like you, man, honorable mention. I wanted Justin Fields. I think he's going to make a leap this year. And Jared Goff, that's a good one, man. I wanted to put him on there. I think Tua and Kirko Chains deserve to be on this list based off what they did last year and what I think they're going to do coming into this year.
Yeah, that was my problem. When I was looking over everything and making this list, I pretty badly wanted to put Jared Goff at that 10 spot. But like Nick just said, with what Tua has the ability to get ready to produce and what Kirk was able to do last year, it was just too hard for me to put him above.
Yeah. But hey, dang, do you guys want me to do it now, or do you?
I think we should. I think we've waited too long.
Yeah, we gave you
zero Phillies trades.
The time
zero
should have been
Phillies
done
trades.
when we hit.
What's crazy? What's crazy is I was looking at this. There was a trade, and I saw a trade, but it was the Cubs. It was the Cubs Nats. But hey, Ty, can you get those out of the fridge because I can't see them until they place them exactly in front of me.
Yeah. So for punishment this week, I decided, I'm sick and tired of making them get their own things. Sometimes you just got to put the ball in your own hands. You got to take the lead. LeBron, take note. And so I bought something and had it sent to Nick for the punishment this week. And, his original bet was the one that didn't hit. I was the one who's like, oh, that's going to be easily hit. And you need to have a second bid that's too weak. But his original bet didn't hit. So I feel less bad about making him double down. So here we go. Nick, I have some amazing drinks for you this week. So why don't you open up your eyes and see what you got in front of you here? What are those flavors?
I mean, I'm not seeing it right now. They're faced the other way. It looks like soda.
It is soda.
So I'll look at this one first.
Mm-hmm.
Sweet corn soda.
Corn.
This one might not be too bad. I don't know though. Coming into the next one, peanut butter and jelly soda.
That's the one that I think will actually be good.
This one might actually be
sounds
good.
like peanut butter and jelly sounds like it would be good.
Now this one might be my favorite. Pumpkin pie.
Pie. That's not bad.
All right.
It looks is the good one the one that broke? Oh, I'm gonna be so disappointed.
Oh, gross. Bacon soda.
There we go. There's the bacon soda.
Oh no.
Oh, please.
I think it is the one.
Is that ranch?
Oh, maybe not.
Ranch dressing.
Let's go!
Soda.
The ranch survived! Then let's go! That means the buffalo wings is the one that broke.
Yeah, that's what she said. The buffalo.
Oh, because I was gonna say, part of me wanted to do half buffalo wings, half ranch, and make you drink that.
Oh.
But
So you guys choose which one you want me to do.
Oh, it's easy. It's the ranch. I want you to chug that ranch so
Can I
bad.
have your keys because I need your bottle opener off of it.
Is that a twist up?
It's not.
Hey,
I'll let you take one live sip before the chug, so you can get a live reaction of what this tastes
I want you to tell me how that ranch hits. That
I know
Hidden
you like
Valley
to-
Hennessy.
Yeah, I know when you eat wings, you like to dip the ranch on your tongue.
Does it smell good?
Is it that bad? Is it really that bad? You should have mixed it up.
Oh God.
Give a taste.
Ooh, dude.
I want a flat ranch soda taste. A flat ranch that sat in the hot Jacksonville sun on your doorstep.
Does it smell like ranch?
It doesn't smell like ranch. It smells disgusting.
It smells worse than
Yes. It smells worse than ranch.
I mean, it's basically
You want to go
carbonated
straight for the
ranch.
chug? Or do you want to give us a little taste test first?
Yeah, do you want to do a taste test?
You guys want a taste test?
I
Real
think
quick?
we
I
need a
want a
little
taste
taste test.
Yeah,
Okay.
we need a taste test.
How's- Let's go.
Oh, dude, that tastes. Oh, that's so bad. All right.
All right. So as he chugs, I think Christian, go into your certified baller of the week. Oh my god. Oh, there's no way, dude. If only we had the buffalo wing one, dude. You could have washed it the buffalo down with ranch.
I won't take a drink of the.
I hate this. I don't like the look. I don't like that. This is like
Ground
reverse
yourself.
ASMR.
Ground yourself.
Oh, that's so gross. Oh no,
Does it taste like ranch or like?
no, dude. It just tastes like nasty, like sour milk. Like
I guess. I mean, I don't know what ranch is made out of.
I don't know.
Oh man,
Eggs.
that was too funny.
Mayonnaise. I think ranch made me have mayonnaise.
All right, well, next episode is
Oh, the
bacon,
burps.
so be ready.
I didn't even think about that. The burps.
I didn't think about that,
Coming back
yeah.
up, that's gonna be nasty.
All right. Is it okay to drink something else now, or do you want me to wait?
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, you've been punished
You
enough.
deserved it. Yeah, you
All right.
deserve it. After
Christian,
that.
let's get into our certified baller this week.
Yeah. Guys, we are watching the greatest thing known to baseball happen in baseball. Shohei Ohtani is my certified baller of the week. And god damn it, don't even argue that, because dude came out and threw a one-hit complete game in a doubleheader. That's great. That's great, bro. If you go out there, you throw a one-hit complete game as a pitcher nowadays, you're already in the headline, bro. You probably front face on ESPN. Congratulations. Yeah, and then game 2 of the doubleheader, he didn't come out and hit one home run. He hit freaking 2 of them. I mean, this guy is absolutely insane. He's playing on another level, doing things we haven't seen since the supposed Babe Ruth, okay? I still haven't seen enough film on this guy for me to believe any of that shit was true.
Oh
but
my god,
That's true. I haven't seen it either. Huh?
that's what I'm saying. Dude, a slider wasn't even a fucking thing back then. And Babe
Zero-
Ruth faced 0 Dominicans.
Zero.
0 Dominicans. It's not fiction, it's facts. So he is going to be my certified baller of the week.
That's a great one. I was arguably going to go with my honorable mention. I was going to say Shohei Ohtani, but I did one that I think just outdoes yours by a mile. The Philadelphia Eagles finally did it. What we've been waiting for. They released the Kelly Greens. They finally released it. Absolutely amazing. The best throwback jerseys in all of sports.
Sexy.
We're so lucky. We had the Kelly Greens. We had the powdered blues. I mean, look, I think they're incredible. I can't wait to order mine online. A little take out there, $120 is the replica jersey, $179 is one with stitching, but I heard the replica one looks a little better. So if you want to save $50 there, go ahead.
Listen, when they released that, dude, I creamed my pants. I really did.
Yeah.
That was
ranched your pants real hard.
That was so hot, dude.
So much ranch.
Such a beautiful jersey.
I will say, hot take. I don't think the Eagles should switch back to the Kelly Green. I like the midnight green. I think the Kelly Green is like a nice dessert. Or
it's
like
a symbol.
candy.
Yeah.
A nice.
Yeah, it's not.
Like after the main course, I feel like if I got too much of Kelly Green, I'd get too sick of it.
Don't say that.
I will never get sick of the Kelly Green.
Yeah, I'll never get sick.
Never.
But to keep it sacred, you only wear it X amount of times a year.
Did you see the line to get in to this stadium to get those jerseys?
They were camping since 3 a.m. this morning to get those jerseys.
They knew.
They could have waited. Why didn't they get them online?
Listen, I saw a video of this guy. Dude had at least 10 jerseys in his hand. And let's be honest, like 10 jerseys at the stadium, those things are going probably $174.
That's what I'm saying. That's
not the
almost
stitched one.
$2,000 when you
Or
consider taxes.
It's a 2-run home run in the bottom of the first.
Yeah, I saw that. I mean that's a great certified baller. Yeah, thank you, Laurie, man, bringing it back. Love it, dude.
It's crazy. Do you know the reason why Laurie got rid of the Kelly Greens?
What was the reason?
His ex-wife didn't like the color.
Oh, that's jacked up.
Women have that much power.
Wow. I don't think Ty could
Apparently.
ever get me to do that.
But he got rid of that ex-wife.
Yeah, that's why it's an ex-wife.
The reason why we got rid of the Kelly Green is because Laurie's ex-wife didn't like Kelly Green, so they changed it. That's rough, man. No.
That is rough.
But Midnight Green, I like it.
It's gonna be my wedding color, so that's all that matters.
Okay, fancy. I don't obviously honorable mention certified baller. So now we get into our deflated baller. Christian, what's our deflated baller, man?
Oh yeah, I kind of have a bone to pick with this man actually as well. But and it's gonna be one of you guys know it's gonna be the Colts organization, and to take an even deeper dive into it, it's gonna be Jim Irsay. Okay. Listen, man, I get that. What?
Nick, did you do it? Okay, hey, Christian, keep going.
I didn't do it.
Okay, keep going.
Yeah, it's gonna be Jim Irsay, dude. Look, I get it. We're at a place right now that we don't really pay running backs. I understand that, but you're bringing in a rookie quarterback, and you have one of the better running backs in football. So now you know the entire workload is going to be on you when Richardson doesn't pan out exactly how you want him to in the start. And as we all know, as a running back, you have one of the shortest careers in football. So yeah, right now is the time to get your money. And here's what I can say is if you don't want to pay the man, you don't want to pay the man. You force your hand into a trade or you cut him. But what I don't agree with is making up fake rumors to put him on the IR and not let him get paid at all whatsoever. I think that is horribly ran. I mean, that's what it's just. I can't stand that type of crap. That's why Calvin Johnson had a shorter career because Detroit screwed him. Same with Barry Sanders. It happens to certain players through certain organizations. I didn't know the Colts was one of them, but now, dude, they're on my shit list, man. I don't like that.
That's a great one. You know, originally I was going to put Rob Thompson. He's going to be my original pick for deflated baller. You have a pitcher allowing no hits through 5 innings and only 73 pitches, and you pull him. Regardless,
don't take mine.
I completely agree with Christian. I have Jim Irsay from the Colts as my deflated baller.
Yeah, that's rough.
I just don't like the dude. I think he's an absolute menace for no reason. Your star player requests a trade, and he's starting, and then Irsay starts seeing some crazy stuff. If we both died tomorrow, no one would care. The league would go on. Like, what?
Yeah.
Just keep it within the boundaries of your organization. He's your best player. You know, and if you want to say the reason why he has back issues, it's probably because he's carrying your whole organization right now. Like, he's literally the only player doing anything. You went out and got a running back as your quarterback at the 3 position. You had many quarterbacks. You probably could have gone off the board there. I mean, do you want to take the load on, put more of a load onto your rookie running back, quarterback? Sorry, Anthony Richardson. I know you're probably going to have. Shoot. Why did I forget his name already? Who's this quarterback there for the Colts? We had him.
Richardson.
No.
Minshew.
Yeah. Gardner Minshew. Sorry, I blanked. But still, I mean, you have a rookie quarterback trying to learn the system. You have arguably a top 5 running back in the league. You're going to trash talk him. There's a reason why he wants to get out of Indianapolis. I think it's because it's just ran terribly.
Yeah. And you know, it's crazy. I wanted to put the Colts on this, man. I mean, you're getting rid of like a guy wants to request a trade, and he's a top 5 running back in the league when healthy. But I mean, this is going to hurt you. This is really going to hurt you because who are you going to have in the backfield now? It's not going to be any elite players.
But
Zach Moss just got hurt today too. To add to that, he got hurt today during the middle of the threat of the holdout for Taylor.
And that's what you get. That's what you get, man.
Well, and who's gonna? No, first of all, not for him. It's unfortunate that injury happened to Moss.
I don't mean that. You know what I mean by that.
But it's who's going to want to come to your organization if they see that's why you're going to treat your players. You know, their last resort right now may be Zeke Elliott. Who knows? And
you know what? And that's not a bad option for them. I think I mean, honestly, that's actually, now that you brought it up, it's a good option for him. But the thing is like you said, he looks like he drinks all day long and smokes a pack of cigarettes a day. The dude, I don't know if he really knows what he's doing, man. I don't know what's going on.
I haven't liked him ever since the whole thing with Peyton Manning happens, and then
Yeah,
especially
exactly.
when he came out and talked trash to Andrew Luck after he retired for his injuries. I just think the dude is whacked up whenever any little thing goes wrong. I think he has little man syndrome. Whenever one small thing goes wrong, he ends up just shouting out, lashing out irrationally for no reason. And I don't know why.
I don't
That's
know,
probably
man.
why he gets no big talent for that reason. No one's
Yeah,
coming to Indianapolis.
nobody wants to, and that's the thing. Nobody wants to stay there.
You had Stephon Gilmore for like a year, and he wanted to leave.
Yeah. So I mean, hey, that's great. And again, Thompson was another one, but I'm going with the Mets, dude. I switched it up. I was thinking Colts, but we can't have the same one. Dude, the Mets.
Not 2 weeks in a row.
You literally pay all this money. Everyone's thinking you're going to be one of the better teams in ball, have a chance to win the division. And now it's not even in talks. You're done. You get rid of Scherzer for Acuna's brother. In my opinion, you're eating some of the contract. Yes, apparently the Rangers are sending some cash. No one knows the amount that they're sending for the contract. But come on now. And then not to mention, you literally just do another trade today. And you get rid of Mark Canha for a freaking prospect. I get you're trying to rebuild now, but what you're doing is so dumb. I mean, this organization is an absolute atrocity.
This has to be the quickest, highest paid blowout in history, dude. You go up there and you're the second highest paid team in baseball. You have one bad half season and you throw it all away.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
You know, it's almost it's kind of like the Nationals and what they did a couple years ago.
But at least the Nationals won a title out of it.
You're right. Yeah. You're right. But gosh, man, like that's crazy to me. And I don't know what they were doing, dude. Don't know what they were doing.
I mean, I think at the end of the line, they got rid of DeGrom and they were like, we're gonna get 2 big name pitchers. They got Scherzer, they got Verlander. Both are on the back end of their career, and they put a lot of money invested into that. Verlander got hurt. Scherzer got hurt a little bit. Scherzer also missed time because of suspension due to foreign substance on the game. And I think his contract was too much, and they're realizing they have to get rid of some of those players. And the thing is, I don't know who they're going to be able to get off of trades. They're getting prospects right now because I don't think anybody wants to deal with them. No, they're not going to get Ohtani. They don't have the payroll to get some of these players, and obviously they're offloading contracts for a reason. But when you look at a team like that and how it's being ran, no one's going to want to come there in free agency, even if they're getting paid the big bucks.
Yeah, I completely agree. They're all great deflated ballers. But hey, David, what you got, man? What you got for us?
I love trivia. I really do. It's so much fun. I love that you guys have given me the reins here and some trivia. So today, in honor of the trade deadline, we're doing trade trivia. Now I'm going to get
all
new
sports
rules
or
this
just
week.
Baseball?
All sports.
Okay.
Now, I'm going to get new rules this week because there are some harder questions because trades are pretty hard. And some of these are kind of funnier trades too. You can get a hint on every one of these questions, but you both have to unanimously agree to get a hint between the two of you.
Okay.
So that means like if you both are like, I just don't know what it is, you guys can, hey, you guys want a hint for that? And you guys can say yes.
Okay.
The other side of that coin is one of you could know the answer, one of you may not.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I like it.
So question number 1. Not everyone knows that Pau Gasol played for the Grizzlies. The Lakers traded Kwame Brown, Javaris Crittenton, Aaron McKee, and the draft rights to which player for Pau Gasol?
I'm assuming this
the
was
Lakers
later.
and the Lakers and who?
The Lakers traded Kwame Brown, Javaris Crittenton, Aaron McKee, and which players' draft rights for Pau Gasol?
Like you're talking about like draft rights, like they took a draft, like this was the draft pick that they took.
No, it is a player. Yeah, it is a player, an individual player, but the draft rights to that player.
Right.
So they drafted him. Yeah, they never really signed him.
Okay.
Gasol came from where?
Gasol came from the Grizzlies.
Yeah.
Now everyone knows he played for the Grizzlies.
Yeah, for a very short time. Oof. Do you want to take a hint? I want
I'll
a
take a
hint.
hint. I'll take a hint with you.
Yeah.
I'll take a hint with you.
All right. The player that they traded him for had actually played ball with Gasol for a long time, even when they were kids.
All right, I got it.
Don't got it. So
I think.
got it. Got it.
I
don't
think.
know.
All right. Nick, you locked in first. Who you got?
Yeah, Ricky Rubio.
Christian?
Isaiah Thomas.
Oh no.
The right
Oh
answer
no, it's his
is
brother.
Mark Gasol. They traded Mark Gasol for Paul Gasol.
That hint just hit me. Oh.
It's crazy. I don't think you'll ever see like brothers getting traded for each other. I think that's crazy.
Yeah, because
That is
Marc
kinda
Gasol
crazy.
was a long
A
standing
long-time
Grizzly.
long-time Grizzly player.
Dang
At
it.
number 2, the Nets traded Kyle Korver when the Nets drafted Kyle Korver and traded him to Philly for $125,000. The Nets used this money for what? Making the joke that Kyle Korver was traded for this item. I'll say this everyday office item to make it a little bit easier.
I'm gonna give my answer. I feel like.
I'm
Alright.
gonna go on a whim and I'm gonna take an answer too.
Yeah,
Christian,
I
what do you
like
got?
that. I'm gonna go printer.
Okay, Nick.
I'm gonna go stapler.
So they traded him for a copy machine / fax machine. So yeah,
There you
Christian's
go.
right, with a printer.
There you go. All right.
Now it's not
Let's
really
go.
confirmed that they technically didn't really trade him for it. Like I said, it was for cash considerations, but they did use that money because they did need a new fax machine inside of the office. So that's crazy. A generational
That
talent.
is crazy.
Now,
That
3
is
and
crazy.
3 and 4 are the hardest questions. I don't expect you guys to
great.
get them. I just think they're
Thanks.
hilarious.
All right.
Johnny Jones never made it to the big leagues, but it's always nice to give thanks for the small things in life. What animal was traded for him that some may think that this trade was foul?
I'm gonna lock in.
Again, like I said, Johnny Jones never made it to the league, but sometimes it's nice to give thanks for the small things in life. What animal was he traded for that some may think this trade was foul?
Wait, we still get 2 hints, right?
No.
Oh,
the hints
dang
are
it.
only if it's unanimously
All
voted.
right,
And I
well,
locked in. I locked in.
All right,
both, so.
fine. I'll just on a whim throw out an animal when
I'm gonna
Christian goes.
look. I'm gonna bank this guess right here off of wordplay, and he said give thanks. I'm gonna go turkey.
Nick, what's your guess?
That was a good one. I am going to to go with now I don't know. I'm on a whim trying to think of an animal. Foul. I am going to go with I don't know, a slug.
Before you say anything else, my backup answer, because foul, I like how you took the word foul and tried to look at that. My backup answer was skunk, but I went turkey.
So, to give thanks is a pretty Thanksgiving thing, and fowls are also known as birds, so it is a turkey.
Let's
He was
go.
traded for a
What?
turkey.
What, bro? I'm on it. You
Good
said we weren't getting that. Let's
man.
go.
Let's go. Play on words.
But number 4, Robert Moses Grove, also known as Lefty Grove, is a member of the 300 winning club and led the majors in ERA a record 9 times. But before his Hall of Fame major league career began, Grove was traded for what barrier commonly found at a baseball field? Christian says he's locking in.
Yeah.
You're locking in too, Nick?
I mean, I don't have a choice.
Okay. Christian, what do you got locking in for?
Barry Bonds.
I'm gonna go with a foul pole.
Oh, so the answer is a fence. He was traded for a fence. So Lefty Grove, which is arguably one of the best pitchers in MLB history, is traded for a fence.
I needed
How was that a berry?
A barrier.
Barrier.
Dude, it cut out. I thought you said berry.
Oh,
That's why I
okay.
said
That's why when
Barry
you said
Bonds.
Barry Bonds, I was like, oh.
Yeah, I thought you said
He's a
berry.
barrier.
Oh, dang it. Now that seems stupid.
There's a barrier holding him from the Hall of Fame right now. At number 5, Boston Red Sox owner Harry Frazee traded what player for $125K cash to the Yankees so he can fund a Broadway musical? Again, Boston Red Sox owner Harry Frazee traded what player for $125,000 cash to the Yankees so he can fund a
locked
Broadway
in.
musical?
I'm locked in.
I lock in. I don't know, but I lock in.
I
Nick,
don't
who's
think
your-
this is right, because it seems obvious, but Babe Ruth.
Christian, who's your guess?
I'm kind of sick as fuck, so I'm pretty sure it was Babe Ruth, but I'll go Lou Gehrig.
Lou Gehrig.
So let me told the curse of the Bambino started with the Red Sox.
Yeah.
They traded him, and
Yep.
yes, it was for 125 cash consideration, which was used to fund a Broadway musical.
I thought I heard
I remember.
that somewhere.
I remember. Yeah, I heard the story. I couldn't pull the strings to who it was.
Crazy. Imagine one of the best players in baseball history that never faced a Dominican or a slider was traded for a Broadway musical. At number 6, 6 and 7 are easy. They're really easy. So unfortunately, I don't think Nick's going to be able to win this one.
Dang it.
At number 6, the New Orleans Saints and Mike Ditka traded all their picks in the 1999 draft for what player?
Locked in.
Wait, hold on. What was the question?
The New Orleans Saints and Mike Ditka traded all their picks in the 1999 draft for what player?
I'm locked in.
For some reason, I don't know.
I'll also give you a bonus point if you can name me the second player drafted in that draft.
I can't remember who.
Wait,
oh
hold
wait,
on.
I think I know who it was. I
Wait,
know
hold
who
on.
went second. No, because he went first.
Wait, I think you're right.
Wait, hold on. 1999 traded all of their picks to who?
I'm,
Are you in the right year of draft here, dude?
It's 1999.
Okay.
Well, I still know who you're talking about.
All right, hold on.
Oh,
I need you to
also,
traded it to who?
he was drafted 5th, by the way.
Can you just tell me? Can
Yeah.
you repeat it one more time?
So in 1999, the New Orleans Saints and Mike Ditka traded all of their picks in the draft for what player? Keep in mind that it was only the 5th pick in the draft, but I'll give you bonus points. You can name me who the second pick in the draft was. It's a pretty stacked draft now. I'm looking at it.
Oh my God, no, that's the wrong answer. Who's the? Oh my God.
You guys really don't know the story of the player that
Dude,
the
no,
Saints...
no, I do. I just wrong Saints running back name just came into my head, and now I'm sick.
You guys can both get a hint. That's
Give me
on
the
the
hint,
table.
yeah, because I don't know, and I did know, but now I don't. So give me the hint, and Nick don't know.
All right,
I'm,
so the
I'm at a
hint,
loss.
I'll say that the running back that was taken actually had a better career with the Dolphins in solidifying the Wildcat offense. Yeah, does that help at all? No, nothing.
Oh, I can't think of his name.
I can't think of the name, dude. I know who you're talking about. I can't think of
Oh
the name.
my gosh.
If you ain't first, you're last.
Oh my gosh, dude.
That was a hint.
I know, but
Who
all right,
was it?
all right. I'm locked in. I think this is it.
All right,
sounds-
Christian. Who you got? Who you got? You got locked in, Christian?
I'll lock it in, yeah.
All right, Nick. Who'd you lock in with?
Only because you just said what it is, but that sounds right. It wow, why can't gosh, I can't think of his last name now. All right, whatever. Gosh, I know it's for Ricky. It's Ricky Bobby. I don't know. I can't think of his last name.
Number, and I'll give you the bonus point. Who was drafted 2nd overall in that draft?
Ryan Leaf.
I was talking to Nick because this is bonus.
Oh,
Well, since he said that, I'm gonna say it.
Okay. Christian. Who's the running back?
yeah. I honestly, dude, I have like literally.
I
like
figured it
Nick
out.
said, dude, I can't.
Can I have another guess? The last name just came to me.
I'll let Christian decide that one.
Yeah, no, you can't have it back because I'm getting it wrong too. So I'm just gonna because I can't remember because Nick, I know you're right. It's on the tip of my tongue too. Ricky's the first name, can't remember the last name. Just to throw an answer in there, I'm gonna go Reggie Bush. Who was it again?
Ricky
So
Williams.
Williams.
And Christian, who was the second person drafted in the 1999 draft? No, 98 draft was Ryan Leaf. 99 draft was Donovan McNabb.
Huh. Nick, we should be sad.
Well, hold on. I didn't, dude. Okay. First of all,
Nah,
I get it.
You took your own answer.
No, because it was a famous draft because the Eagles, everybody wanted them to draft Ricky Williams, so they
Yeah,
booed
I
Donovan
know.
McNabb whenever they drafted him, which
Oh,
ended up being a better
remember.
pick.
Well, I don't remember, but
I'm
yeah.
so mad that I could. Dude.
Yeah, because that was your chance. Because I could have seen you taking that one, Nick, because you're a little older than Christian.
I watched his football life, dude. I was such a good one. I just couldn't remember the name.
The last one is going to be a dead giveaway. So I'm sorry, Nick, you've already lost this one. Number 7, the Bears dealt their first, their third, and their fourth round picks, as well as a third round selection in 2018 to San Francisco to move up just one spot for the draft rights to which MVP player? Keep in mind,
Wait, what?
the Bears dealt their first, third, and fourth round picks, as well as their third round selection in 2018 to San Francisco to move up just one spot to draft which MVP player?
Are you saying M or N?
I'm saying N as in Nancy.
Ooh,
Got the answer.
dang it! Now I don't know.
There's no way you don't. There's no way.
No,
you
as
don't
soon as
know
you
this,
tell me,
bro.
as soon as you
You
tell me,
put
I'm
disrespect
gonna know,
on
but
the MVP like that.
Dude, don't do that.
as soon as you no, I'm not
You
gonna
know what's
get it.
even more screwed is I thought MVP standing for something else, but now that David keeps saying it, I know what MVP is, but I was going another route, and I still have the right answer.
Since he has the right answer already, I'll give you a hint, Nick. The N in
No,
MVP.
no.
Okay,
No, he
okay.
don't get a hint. He doesn't get one.
I am at a loss.
All right. Do you want to take a guess, Nick? I'll let you go first. Take a wild guess.
Yeah.
In 2018.
Yeah.
2000. Well, no, the draft pick was 2018 that they got. It was for the 2017 draft.
Wait, hold on. So the player was drafted in 2018?
No, the third round selection was in 2018. We're about to lose time here. We're about to go.
Yeah. Hold on.
It's your time to give an answer. You have way too long.
I asked Christian a question. Is it a
Was-
quarterback? And he said no. And I was thinking this player, and if I'm wrong, I'm gonna be pissed. So should I
Okay,
go
I don't know if
first?
I
what's
can-
your answer?
I don't know if I can let you.
Yeah, you can't tell him yes or no, but I'm telling you it's not. But if you don't want to go with that, then don't go with
Okay.
that.
All right. I remember this because now he's on the Steelers. I remember Mitch Trubisky.
The
Yeah,
first
it's Mitch
ever
Trubisky.
MVP. The
Why do you
GOAT,
gotta do that to
Mitchell
me, man?
Trubisky.
Dude, because bro, you shouldn't even had the time to guess that, but it's sticking cut off, and you got
Yeah,
2 minutes.
don't
you
get me
gotta
wrong.
think.
I remember we were making fun of it and stuff. I remember.
I-
I totally remember that draft.
Originally,
to-
because I mean that draft also had Deshaun Watson and Patrick Mahomes, and so,
Yeah.
I think what's funnier is in the original question I had 2017 draft, I thought that made it too easy because I thought the question was already easy enough. I thought the 2017
Yeah.
draft would have made it too easy.
Well, that's what I was kind of thrown off because I don't remember that at all. But and then it hit me. I was like, all right, something stupid. And then that was actually a decent draft class, man.
To be
I'm
fair,
not gonna
you
lie.
said when you said Bears and MVP, it took me a minute to click that you meant the Nickelodeon MVP.
Yep.
But what I instantly thought was not valuable player and instantly went to Trubisky. Like I knew right away as soon as you said MVP, I was like, it's Trubisky.
But also, while we're over here talking about this 1999 draft, I'm going to list some names on here because holy cow. So we got Tim Couch at number 1. I think that was the Browns' first ever pick.
Yeah.
At Tim Couch. Number 2, Donovan McNabb, pretty good.
Uh-huh.
Number 3, Bengals selected Achilles Smith, which talking about Achilles, we were talking about that earlier.
Oof.
At
Yeah, that's
number
rough.
4, Ed Sheeran James from the Colts. That's a pretty good pick.
Edgin James, yeah.
Right, Ricky Williams for the Saints wasn't amazing, but he had some pretty good years there. St. Louis drafted Torrey Holt at 6, probably future Hall of Famer.
Good one. Yeah.
Redskins drafted Champ Bailey, Hall of Famer.
Hall of Famer, yeah.
We got David Boston got drafted, not bad. We got Chris McAllister, not bad. Dante Culpepper drafted to the Vikings in that draft. Javon Curse was in that draft.
Yeah.
Damian Woody was in that draft. Antoine Winfield was in that draft. That's crazy that Antoine Winfield Sr. was in the 1999 draft, and he has a kid in the NFL.
That's
Yeah,
insane,
literally.
dude. Yeah, that's crazy.
I'm trying to think if there's any good names in this draft that I can be like, oh my goodness, look at that guy. Joey Porter, not bad.
Yeah.
Oh,
Hmm.
Martin Grammatica. Look at that. We had Grammatica in there.
That's a grammatical error.
I can't really see any people of Jerry Uzuma. I mean, he's
Then
apparently
you know what that means.
Uzuma.
Next topic of segment.
I think
Yeah.
this is the last one, right? We're on our last little segment.
Oh, Donald Driver was in the 7th round.
Oh, Donald Driver. Let's go. So that's gonna get us the last segment, guys. Our hot takes of the week. Christian, what do you got?
Yeah, I'll start us off, dude. I think this week, by come Friday, I think the Philadelphia Eagles will be trading for a full-time starter, whether it's on the offensive side of the ball or the defensive side of the ball. I think they will plug in a brand new piece this week.
I've heard a lot of talks about
Wow.
safety. I've heard a lot of talks about them trying to go out and look for a safety via trade.
Who are you thinking? Who are you thinking?
I don't know. Some disgruntled safety, I guess. I don't know whoever's out there who wants
You
to
got to
trade.
see. You're really gonna have to. If you're talking safety and you want a big time guy, you're gonna have to. You're gonna have to see what the Cardinals want for Baker and bring him down to a real legitimate price. I know Titans and Bayard. That's one you've been able to fleece the Titans before. Maybe do it again. That'd be a good one to figure out. But shit. I mean, I'm not gonna lie to you, dude. I'd even give the Vikings a call up, see what they want for Harrison Smith. See if what you can talk it out over there. I'm not really too sure, but I mean, like David said, though, I've been hearing a lot of things about safety. I also hear linebacker as well, though.
Those are two positions we need. Those are our only two positions that are lacking.
Yeah,
Maybe punter. You trade for a punter?
I think we need a new holder.
Is Marquise King still available?
I wish he's out the league.
So I'll go with my hot take of the week. And I think that the Chicago Cubs will be in first place in the NL Central by the end of the
Here we
week.
go again. Here we go
They
again.
are only 4 games back now in the NL Central. I say they win the division, and the bats and pitching are coming through right now. They play 3 games against Cincy, who's first place in that division. However, they have a tough 3-game series against the Braves. However, it's in Chicago. So I think they could get a win in that series and be first in the NL Central by the end of the week.
That's crazy, man. That's very possible. I'm going to stay on the same type of side of the ball. I'm going to go Braves are going to lose both series this week. They're going to lose 2 out of 3 to the Angels, and they're going to lose 2 out of 3 against the Cubs. This is going to be a downfall for them, and the Phillies are going to pick it up, beat the Marlins 2 out of 3 this week. They're not going to win tonight, apparently, but again, put in some ground for the Phillies. But again, Braves will lose both series.
If that actually happens, there's a good chance that the Orioles may be the best team in baseball by the end of the week.
Dude, and you know what, man? That's crazy.
Could.
You know what's even crazier to think, though, about the Orioles, dude, is they're a very good team right now, but they're a very young team. And on top of them being a very young team, there's a bunch. They have one of the top prospects still sitting in the minors right now, dude. And Jackson Holiday, you guys heard about him?
Yeah,
he's lighting
that's
it
Matt's
up.
son, right?
Dude, he's played in only 16 games so far in Double-A ball. 9 of them double hit games, dude. This kid's insane.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's just crazy.
Hey, that's what happens when you're in the bottom of the barrel every year. You're going to get some prospects coming your way.
The only thing that may hurt them is going to be when it comes to having to pay these players.
Mhm.
Orioles aren't necessarily a big money spending team.
They're not.
Are they a poor franchise?
They are the bottom of the list. I think they're bottom 5.
And so it's going to be interesting to see if they're willing to start paying luxury tax over there in Baltimore or not.
Ooh.
They can't afford it, man. I just don't, especially with this division that they're in. The Yankees will probably steal a couple of their players. They do that.
Yeah. And then they run them into the ground and they become good at another team.
Yeah. So I like it, man.
Then they keep Gardner on their team for some reason.
I'm going to keep my eye on this trade that you're thinking. I'm also going to keep my eye on buying this Eagles jersey this week, guys.
Oh, yeah. Also, not that it matters, but I think at some point we'll see a Damian Lillard trade this week. I don't know why I keep saying it, but I think he'll be gone.
Well, you heard,
right?
did you guys hear what Adam Silver came out and said? He said that if Dame Lillard decides to refuse any more contact with any other teams, it will and can be punishable by the league.
Really?
Interesting.
So have they offered?
So Dame's Dame has turned down talking to teams. He's turned away teams, like, because we all know about like how he has to waive the clause to get traded. And they're saying, look, like you've already waived your clause, you don't get to handpick your team now. The team gets to handpick the team.
Yeah.
So your clause is waived. You don't get to deny any more player or teams. And they're saying if you do it again, you're going to be punished.
Dang. Well, that's not going to look
that.
good. I do too, but
it's very interesting because, like, obviously, like we said, he waived his clause. He says, "I want to be gone from Portland." That's waiving your clause right there. I think after that, you shouldn't be able to be like, "Oh, I don't want to go to that team. Oh, I don't want to go to that team."
Yeah, and I agree with the same thing, and that's why a lot of speculation coming out through ESPN and Bleacher Report and all that was like, this is how. Yeah, you have to at some point. You have all these players going out and forming super teams, on their own at other places, but at some point you got to draw the line. You got to stop giving all the powers to the players and still let your organization still have some. I mean, if your trades only go through the players, like the player has final say in absolutely everything, what good are you as an organization? At that point, it's the players' organization.
Well, that's what the NBA has become anyway. They're more of the players than they are anything to do. Like ever since LeBron came in, they've made that to where the players are more important. And don't get me wrong, they're great, but they have more to do with the decision than teams do.
I think it has more to do with commissioner. I don't think David Stern would have put up with this.
Absolutely not.
I think Adam Silva is definitely a player's commissioner, but I think now he sees how detrimental this kind of thing is to the league because Damian Lillard, what's going to happen? Damian Lillard's just not going to play. He's going to get paid and then going to get put as a free agent. Like, that's not how it should work. So what Adam Silva should just say is like, you need to start learning how to speak Chinese, Dame. Use your watch and tell me what time it is in Hong Kong.
Right, exactly. But hey, where would we be if we didn't bring this up? Guys, we're going to be doing a fantasy football league this year. 12-team leagues, probably 4 different leagues. It all depends. Winner gets $50. We just need to, subscribe to our channel. We'll reach out. We're going to do a little raffle, random, pick some teams. It's going to be fun. I can't wait to see what's going on and see some picks.
Yeah, it should be a good time.
Do you know what I think we should do next episode? We can't do a top 10, but I think if we're not going to do top 10 coaches, I would love to do a top 10 NFL uniforms. Top 10 NFL uniforms all time and pick. I feel like
it might be biased, but I couldn't.
We can keep biased out. I'm sure we'll be able to find some jerseys. But if we want to do coaches, we can. I just think like uniforms are really hot right now. This has been a great offseason for throwback unis. I'm so glad the NFL has gotten more lenient on those rules. I love the new uniforms coming out. Some of them are slick. I like the Denver Broncos all white uniforms that are coming out.
Yeah, those are nice.
Those are nice. Yeah.
And obviously the Kelly Greens. So happy.
Yeah. I think he would be a little biased on the jerseys, man. Let me be honest with you. I mean,
we can do a draft. We can do a jersey draft. And see who has the best top 5 jerseys.
Love it. So hey, like always real, keeping it real. See you guys next week.
This week, but have a great week.
Yeah. Later.
It's a winning regime. Come join the hype. We're not just blowing steam. We're known for our hot takes, blazing like fire, bringing heat to the table. Never preaching to the choir, debating on players, teams, and even strategies. We keep it real, the sugar-coated fallacies. David's on the mic, spinning knowledge of flair. He breaks down the stats with a voice smooth like air. Christian's a funny guy, bringing laughter and joy. He got the jokes unlocked and no one can destroy. Needs the analyst, break down the X's and O's. He sees the game differently like nobody knows. Together unite, forming a podcast dream team, making waves in the industry, fulfilling their schemes. Highlight taking pockets, we taking over the scene. We drop dubs and chugs, living the sports dream. From hot takes to deep dive, it's a winning regime. Come join the hype, we not just blowing steam.